Right now, a notification buzzes in your pocket. Your heart rate spikes, your shoulders tighten. For half a second before your conscious mind even catches up, your body has already decided something might be wrong. That reaction feels modern. It is not. You are running software that was built for a world with teeth and claws in it, and nobody ever installed an update. Your ancestors spent close to 2 million years as prey as much as predator, big cats in the grass, snakes in the leaves, rival humans in the dark. A single moment of inattention could end a life before it produced offspring. So evolution kept the traits that kept people alive. Calm, unbothered ancestors got eaten a little more often. Jumpy, hyper-alert ancestors survived a little more often. Do that for 100,000 generations, and you get a species that feels hunted by default and has to talk itself out of it. This is where the amygdala comes in, a small almond-shaped cluster of neurons whose entire job is threat detection. Not careful, reasoned threat detection. Fast threat detection. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux spent decades mapping how fear signals move through the brain and found that some threats skip the slow, thoughtful cortex entirely and go straight to the amygdala. He called it the low road. It is faster than conscious thought. It is also frequently wrong, but wrong and fast beat correct and slow when the threat is a lion. So your brain kept the low road, and it is still in charge more often than you think. Your amygdala cannot tell the difference between a predator and a deadline. It cannot tell a rustle in the grass from an unread email. It reads intensity, not context. Muscles tense, attention narrows. The same way whether the threat is a lion or a difficult boss. Randolph Ness, one of the founders of evolutionary psychiatry, describes this as a system doing exactly what it evolved to do, just in an environment it was never designed for. Your anxiety is not a malfunction. It is a smoke detector built to be oversensitive on purpose, because a detector that misses one real fire is a catastrophe, while one that gives 50 false alarms is just annoying. There is a piece of this even stranger than false alarms. Neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky spent years studying zebras on the African savanna and noticed that when a zebra escapes a lion, its stress response shuts off almost immediately. Within minutes, it is back grazing a few feet from where it nearly died. It does not lie awake wondering if the lion is still out there. Humans get the same zebra stress response, but we also get something zebras do not have: a mind sophisticated enough to summon the lion back on purpose, hours or years later, just by thinking about it. Your ancestors' threats ended. Yours do not, because you carry them. You can trigger a full ancestral stress response while sitting perfectly still in a safe room, just by remembering an argument from 3 days ago. This is also why bad news outweighs good news in your mind, a pattern psychologists call negativity bias. Missing a threat could cost you your life. Missing an opportunity, at worst, cost you a meal. Those two mistakes were never symmetrical, so your brain never learned to treat them that way. A single harsh comment can outweigh 50 kind ones because somewhere in the oldest part of your brain, criticism still reads as a sign the tribe might cast you out. And for most of human history, being cast out was a death sentence. That is why an unanswered text can spiral into an afternoon of dread, and why public speaking ranks among people's most reported fears, ahead of things that are objectively far more dangerous. Standing in front of a group being judged is, to your ancient alarm system, close to the worst possible scenario: total exposure and the ancestral possibility that judgment could turn into abandonment. None of this means you are broken. It means you are carrying a nervous system built for physical danger and social survival, now running in a world with neither. The lions are gone. The tribe that could banish you and leave you to die alone is gone too, replaced by coworkers and strangers online who have almost no actual power over your survival. But the alarm system was never given the update. It still treats a snide comment in a meeting the way it once treated a snapped branch in the dark. You cannot switch this system off, and you would not want to, since it still catches the moments that genuinely matter. What you can do is get faster at sorting signal from noise. When your chest tightens over an email, you can ask a question your ancestors never had the luxury of asking, because for them the answer was almost always yes. Is this actually a lion? Most of the time, once you slow down enough to ask, the answer is no. Which brings us back to that buzz in your pocket. Your heart rate spiked before you even looked at the screen. That was 2 million years of ancestors who did not survive by relaxing. handing you their nervous system fully assembled, dropped into a world of notifications and deadlines. The alarm still works exactly the way it was built to work. It is just ringing for the wrong century, and now you get to decide, every time it goes off, whether to listen.